Mayor Mpho Phalatse has filed urgent papers to block an extraordinary Joburg Council sitting. Now, it's expected a motion of no confidence in the mayor will be tabled today. She also wants a sitting that elected new Speaker Colleen Makubele declared invalid. eNCA reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones is monitoring the proceedings closely and joins us yet again. Pule, we spoke a bit earlier around the 5 agenda items, all very important, but it seems that the motion of no confidence continues to be the one that grabs the most attention. Is the council sitting for a fact continuing today?
Definitely. In fact, I just saw members of the EFF singing in high spirits, walking down to the council chambers. Just where I'm standing right now is the office of the speaker, a newly elected speaker, Colleen Makubele as well. And as far as I'm concerned, we had just chatted. She didn't want to go on record, but she had said that council will continue, pending, of course, that High Court judgment, which will determine whether this sitting is, being deemed as null and void and unconstitutional, or whether it will not hamper the proceedings of today. But as we understand, they're still going forward with the business of council.
So beyond this, though, were you unable to speak to anybody around the issue as to whether they collaborated or not when the programming committee sat to decide on the agenda items for today?
Yeah, definitely. In the morning, in fact, we got those papers around 4 a.m. that the Johannesburg Mayor Mpho Phalatse was intending to interdict, and which from there onwards did file the papers. And we spoke to some of those close to the meeting that took place yesterday just around 4 p.m. We do understand that the program committee meeting did not curate and did not form quorum. This after we believe some members of Action SA walked out of the meeting due to some of the concerns that they had raised, including the motion of no confidence, which was brought by the African Independent Congress, AIC, back I think on the 14th of August, a motion against the mayor, Mpho Phalatse. And Action SA was of the view that this very same motion did not meet the required legal prescripts, and therefore they didn't want to be part and parcel of that meeting. And this is the reason why we understand that quorum did not form, and therefore the meeting did not conclude its full business. But Fundo, at the center of this, we do understand that residents are the one who are impacted. Just yesterday, we looked into the metros as a whole, Gauteng, Ekurhuleni, and of course the city of Tshwane, and you get the sense that residents want the councillors that they put in power to ensure that they deliver services. I mean, you go to El Dorado Park, it's still problems of high crime. You go to Soweto, residents are still complaining about unplanned power blackouts. So these are just some of the issues that we've been picking up on the ground. Perhaps we can just maybe play that report which we filed yesterday, looking into the Gauteng metros being in limbo.
The metros in Gauteng have come under the spotlight in recent weeks over multiple issues. In Ekurhuleni, residents have been complaining about poor service delivery and councillors not being effective.
You voted for a councillor, he's supposed to represent you in council, but nothing is happening. Take us through that.
Okay, we have a councillor, the name is Joe. He's not doing a service delivery to the people that voted for him, people that we campaigned to say Joe must be ethical. That was our mandate, ethical leaders, service delivery. He's not doing that.
But the councillor under fire, Joe Mojapelo, who is the former Chief Operation Officer and head of the 2010 FIFA World Cup for the city of Ekurhuleni, denies the allegations and says he's not an incompetent councillor. He says it's a motive to tarnish his name.
The work that we're doing on the ground, in Tembisa, you can go there and see the good work that we are doing. Those are the ICM people, and those are the people you should speak to. And you will hear, they won't raise complaints. They will tell you about the services that we are offering. Remember, ICM has got 1 seat in council. So we're not in charge.
In Tshwane, the ANC is fighting tooth and nail and keeping the DA on its toes. The opposition party has slammed the DA for failing to address the demands of the people.
The problems are persistent. As we speak, the buses are halted. There's no diesel. As we speak, there are serious challenges. Metro fleet is unable to go out and do the work. As we speak, electricity bill is not paid. As we speak, there are a number of employees here in the city who are not paid.
The city of Tshwane admits it's technically bankrupt but maintains it has the situation under control.
We are under no illusions that service delivery is on our own standards, not nearly where we want it to be. I think a lot of the problems is not necessarily finances, and many people would want to put it at the door of money, but it also has to do with just internal mechanisms, systems, processes, making sure that we have proper schedules to effect service delivery. So it's internal management issues, we're dealing with those.
But things are getting tense. After the election of Colleen Makubele as Joburg Council Speaker, opposition parties including Makubele's COPE, ANC and Al Jama'ah plan on removing the Joburg mayor through a motion of no confidence.
This motion has been submitted, I think, 2-3 months back already, and there were issues with it in administrability, and it was taken back by legal. So it's not a political ploy, it's not a knee-jerk reaction, it's something that has been in the system. The AIC actually submitted that motion.
While the political play unfolds in the city, residents remain in the dark and uncertain about fast-tracking service delivery. Pule Letshwiti-Jones in Gauteng.
All right, more news on the other side. Do stay with us.